Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, comment allez-vous?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is a Wednesday. It's 8:30 in the p.m. on the eastern side of the United States of America, and we are back live with Mission Accomplished. Your boys, Mike and Mish, back in the house, and we got a fucking triple header for you tonight. Let's just do our sponsors real quick, and then me and Mike need to talk about a few things before we bring on our first guest. Our first sponsor of the day is... Who is it? It is Fighter's Friend. Go to fightersfriend.com. Use promo code MISH20. Buy yourself some vapes. Buy yourself some medibles. Buy yourself some CBD oil, muscle rub, all that stuff. Look at Mike's got the logo right side up tonight. He is on his game. Go on there. Go to fightersfriend.com. Use the promo code MISH20 and buy yourself some goods. Next up, we got Next Level Elite. Go to nextlevelsups.com. Use promo code MISH20. Buy yourself some protein. Buy yourself some test boosters. Buy yourself some sleep aid, brain food, all that shit to get yourself jacked and crazy and ready to fight. And last but not least, Massage Therafix. Jackie Holden Hands Massage. Non-VA clients, go to www.massagetherafix.com. If you're an active duty soldier or a veteran, go to www.holdenhandsmassage.com and get yourself an appointment with Miss Jackie. Anyways, Mike, what's up, dude?
What's up, Doc?
Yeah, anything on your mind, Mike? We got three people tonight. We got a champion, we got a newcomer, and we got a veteran. We got Jomi Escoboza, who is the newly crowned cruiserweight champion.
Escobar, so you did it.
Oh shit, I did it.
I'm telling you,
motherfucker.
You know why?
Because
I'll tell you why. Autocorrect on the phone will correct Escoboza to Escobar. It's happened to me 17 times in the last 3 days.
Yeah, I apologize to Jomi.
Put a seed in there.
Yeah, put a seed in there. Goddamn fucking autocorrect. You know what? I'll kick autocorrect right in the goddamn mouth. Anyways, yeah, so we got the newly crowned BYB Extreme Cruiserweight Champion, Jomi Escoboza, the Archangel himself, followed by Jade Masson-Wong, who will be making her debut in BKFC Fight Night in Billings, Montana, against Crystal Pittman on October 9th. The evil smile herself will be on to talk to Mike and Mish after Mr. Escoboza.
Is that like an evil smile?
I
was thinking that today. I was like, what is an evil smile?
Give me your best evil smile. What's up, John? What's up, Joy? What's up, Joe Ivy? Susan, hello. Nice to see everybody as usual. And we are going to end the show with a guy who got himself a W in his BKFC debut, but it came with a little controversy. He is the assassin. He is a 20-year veteran of MMA who made his debut in bare knuckle at BKFC 21. His name is Houston Alexander. He will be back with us right after Jade Masson-Wong. But Mike, what do you think about people that share Facebook profiles? What are your thoughts?
Oh God! Second, I hear or see that someone's sharing a Facebook page with a significant other, I want to just take their heads and smash them together. And I want that to be the profile pic. Like the moment their heads hit each other and they make that face, I want that to be their profile pic. If I see a couple and they have a Facebook page together and they comment on something, immediately I say, I don't trust anything these people say.
I don't trust
BS. And if you're not married, you're one notch below them. If you're a boyfriend and girlfriend and you have a Facebook page together, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. I hate this like Joe and Johnny Smith, whatever Facebook page. It's shit. I hate it.
What's up, Jay Fish? So yeah. If you share a Facebook page, Facebook profile, and you're not married, you might as well just get married and quickly just get divorced right after, because there's no fucking way in hell that your marriage is ever gonna last.
It'll never last
with your fucking joint goddamn Facebook page. All right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we got our first guest in the virtual green room right now. He is the newly crowned BYB Extreme Cruiserweight Champion, the very first one they've ever had. His name is Jomi Escoboza. He is the Archangel, and he's with us now. What's going on, my man?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up?
What's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Mission Accomplished. I'm Kyle. That's Mike. Let me move you over to this side.
Hey, nice to meet you, man. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, hey, first off, congratulations on your newly crowned title with BYB. You went 3-0 in their tournament. Had to feel pretty good, huh?
Thank you. It feels good, man. It feels great. I'm ready to take on, bigger competition, all the big names. I'm ready to establish myself as the most annoying southpaw in combat sports history and the best 185er at any combat sports.
Now you got to elaborate a little bit on that quote there. The you want to be the most annoying southpaw in history of bare knuckle or combat sports history. What are you going for there? In the ring, outside the ring, all together, like the whole package?
No. Like in the ring, like for any opponent, for any going up against any fighter, I want to be the most annoying when it comes to having to fight against me. Like it's just annoying having to be, getting that jab right in your face, destroying you, messing your face up, closing your eyes.
Frustrate the hell out of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you did that against Rene White Boy Rodriguez in there with you were throwing a shit ton of feints, you were jabbing him up, you were fucking hitting him with the left cross, keeping your distance. Like, did you go into that with the idea to just aggravate him like you said, aggravate him with the jab and keep your distance, keep him at bay, and like keep working that matador, dude? He kept trying to charge at you like a fucking bull, and you just kept woohoo, like setting him off. Even countering him on the way by a couple times. It was pretty nasty.
Yeah, so the game plan was it's always the game plan is to jab until their face looks different, and always every opponent, depending on their style, they have different openings. So the jab will open up different things. With him, I felt like I should have went to the body more, and I felt like I could have finished him to the body if I would have attacked it a lot more and a lot more. If I was like more focused on the body, I guess I would say I started getting a little happy that the jab was landing whenever I wanted. So and the more I seen the damage from the jab, it kind of got me more hype. But yeah, the game plan is just always establish the jab first, and then from there see what's open and attack the openings.
Yeah. It seemed to work, and like, dude, you have extreme height, like you're 6'3", you got a long reach, and you absolutely know how to use your length and your height, man. He kept trying to get inside on you, and it didn't work, not one time the whole time. Like, you pretty much breezed your way right through that fight. What is next for you? BYB gonna throw you right back? You seem like you came out of there pretty much injury free, correct?
Hold on, once quick second. It's very hard to hear. Is there any way I could make the volume go up higher?
That's going to be on your end there. Do you don't have earbuds or headphones?
Yeah, let me see if I put on my.
Yeah, try that.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
We were just talking about hyphenate names on Facebook when people have their shared Facebook accounts. Not good at all. Nobody likes that.
Hey, not hyphenate names. Our second guest has a hyphenate name.
Not a hyphenate name. A Facebook.
Joint Facebook page.
All right.
Can you hear us now?
Hold on. Really?
This is like that. Was that the Verizon commercial or was it AT&T? Can you hear me now?
Oh, the one with Gronk and Brady, where he's like, "Yeah, just enjoy."
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Okay.
We're here.
Damn. Yeah, all right. I can hear you still. I'm trying to put you on the big speaker, but it's all right. I'll just creep in right here and listen close. What was the question again?
Oh man, I don't even remember. It was like
what's next for you in BYB? Are you going to stay in your division and defend? Or are you going to go to another weight division and try to get another belt, be a champ?
Yeah, so right now the next step is to fight for the police, because that's really the belt that really matters in bare knuckle. You want to be written down in the history books and the Hall of Fame. So They told me that all I have to do is request it. I requested it after the fight, and they just have to find me a worthy opponent. And that's it. Whoever the opponent is, I'll be more than happy to fight and gain my status as one of the best 185ers in combat sports history.
Calling out to Scott Burt. Where are you at? Get
Yeah,
that
yeah,
belt.
yeah. So I'm cool with Scott Burt, man. He's cool, man. He
Yeah.
loves my style. He loves my fight, the way I fight. So, it makes it easier to get access to that the Police Gazette when you put in the work and you reach the top.
Hell yeah.
You know what I like about the Police Gazette? That you can ask to fight for that thing, right? It's vacant at 185, so you can win it. What I'm wondering is if you win the 185 Police Gazette over there, and a 185er from BKFC wanted to challenge you for the Police Gazette, can a cross promotion happen for a title such as that? Like in regular boxing, is bare knuckle gonna do sort of the same thing as professional boxing does when it comes to those kind of belts?
Yeah, so from my knowledge, the Police Gazette is like that. So it doesn't matter what promotion you're in, if that champion has the belt and somebody else wants to challenge him, they have to fight him. And I guess their promotion, I don't know if it's in their promotion or how they're gonna do it, but yeah, anybody, if you have the Police Gazette, everybody's coming after your head. So I guess you have to, defend it against everybody. But from what I was told is that the opponents, both fighters, they have to have like a decent winning record, because they can't just like give out what I like to call participation trophies. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like they can't just give it out to anybody that just started bare knuckle. It doesn't matter what kind of record you have in MMA or any other kind of combat sport. In bare knuckle, if you don't have a high enough record, why should you be fighting for the highest title?
Right. There's certain standards, and you have to earn the right to fight for that belt. Nobody deserves anything. Nobody can just call for anything. You need to earn the right, which is pretty dope about that belt. Are you sticking with BYB for the long haul right now? As far as it seems like everybody that fights for BYB is very happy with the promotion. Dada takes care of everybody. But if an opportunity came up to go fight for another promotion, would you be willing to go fight somewhere else, or are you sticking around for a while?
I mean, I'm really loyal to BYB because that's where I started off from the backyard and stuff. So it's like to do any cross promotion, like of course I would love to fight, other guys from other promotions, the bigger names, so I can establish myself, make sure that I'm the biggest name. And yeah, like we're definitely in the works of doing that. And yeah, we're just taking it one fight at a time, but we're trying to get all the top guys, man. We're trying to make it no excuses as to why I'm the most annoying 185er and the best 185er in the fight game.
I love it, man. Now, hey, can you talk a little bit about your upbringing? Like, do you come from a fighting family? where'd you get your start in combat sports, and how'd you end up linking up with Dada and BYB?
So actually, like my family is not even that athletic, to be honest. Like they're just really hardworking people, more farmers from Dominican Republic. But I've always wanted to fight since I was 4 years old. I've always been on the Ninja Turtles, and all the anime and all the cartoons and stuff growing up, X-Men, all of that stuff. So I've always wanted to be a ninja growing up, wanted to fighting. My parents hated it. They were on the school. So then, yeah, I just did sports, to try to please them, try to, do what they wanted me to do. And then I went to college football for 1 semester, which was most likely like a, kind of like a vacation that I took after high school. I didn't really take it seriously. And it was funny because the week right before I moved into my dorm, I was staying across the street at a hotel from the college, and I was watching the Anderson Silva Forrest Griffin fight, and watching it live, and I was just like, oh man, yeah, I was just like, for sure, I was like, yeah, I'm taking this semester as a vacation, and then when I come back home, I'm gonna I'm gonna, get serious, and I'm just gonna go hard on fighting. I don't care what anybody says, anybody in my family, friends, or anything. I'm gonna chase my dream, and nothing's gonna stop me.
Dude, I remember exactly where I was.
And then I fought amateurs, and then well, I've been fighting amateur MMA, kickboxing, and then one of my teammates was fighting in the backyard, and then he, recommended me to go back there, and then I just started doing backyard up until Dada started their promotion, and then I just been with them since the beginning. So, just riding the wave.
Hell yeah, man. So basically, you got your fighting start the same way Jorge Masvidal did, right, in the backyard, and then you make your way into a legit gym somewhere, and then you get yourself some amateurs, and next thing you know, you're a world champion. It's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's the real started from the bottom.
I love it. And when you're not fighting, what are you doing? You working, or are you full time now?
So like right now I'm working COVID. We're working like doing COVID testing right now at the University of Miami. And other than that, I'm always training. I'm always also working, learning different technology and stuff about science. I have a friend who's like the real life Rick Sanchez, like Rick and Morty. So he's always like creating different stuff and creating different lasers and weapons and stuff like that. So that also helps my mind, stay, like open and just being able to learn and stuff. And also just playing different sports to help my cardio and also like to help different parts of my body, can strength and conditioning, like soccer, basketball, stuff like that.
You work on
And
electronics?
Eating is also a huge hobby of mine. Eating, I'm a huge fat ass, so yeah, I'm always trying different foods.
Yeah, who doesn't love food? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I saw you soldering and stuff. You work on electronics? Is that what you do for a living?
No, that was an old job. Yeah, that was an old job back when COVID first started last year. I had a soldering job that I picked up. It was just at the time, quick money, and it's something that I just knew how to do just from working on circuit boards and stuff like that. So it was a job that was available at the time, and I just took it, and it actually gave me it refined my skills in soldering and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It helps me build all my little weapons and fix my gadgets and stuff.
Yeah. I work on electronics too. I'm a avionics mechanic. So
nice.
I saw you putting together all these. Maybe on your TikTok, you had all these wires and you were soldering in. You kind of had like a time lapse type of thing going on.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Do you live in China, or have you lived in China? Because on your Facebook page it says China. So I'm like, does he live in China and he comes over here and fights and then goes back over there? Like, what's the story with that?
No, so I've always put that trolling around, like joking around, because I started my martial arts training. When I after football, I started training kung fu first. I've always read Bruce Lee's books and stuff like that. So I've always joked around and put like I'm living in Shaolin, like in the Shaolin Temple or Wudang Mountain or something like that. So I always just put that joking around as like a kung fu troll.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah, forever. Wu-Tang is forever. Dude, you're talking.
There's a lot of Wu-Tang stuff hidden around work.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
I play Wu-Tang every Wednesday. Today was Wu-Tang Wednesday at work. All the young kids that don't understand what real hip-hop is and real grimy rap music is, I fucking throw on Wu-Tang every Wednesday. I turn that shit super loud, and they just have to fucking live with it.
He's not lying.
Nice, man. I grew up on that, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. So what we do here on this show is we do a little thing called the speed round, that we talk to the fighter, and we ask some questions that are kind of off the wall to get the people to really get to know the personality of their new favorite fighter. You want to do a speed round with us?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, speed round with the Archangel himself, the BYB cruiserweight champion, #1. If supers existed, do you think that they'd use their powers for good, or would they take over the world?
A mixture of both. There'll definitely be a good side, and there'll definitely be a side that will want to take over.
Well, like Mike said today, humans are humans and assholes are assholes. And that show, The Boys. Have you seen The Boys?
Oh my God, yo, hey, Homelander, hey, I'm the Homelander of the 185 division.
Just laser eyes everybody. Just fucking mow 'em down.
Just savage,
Just mow 'em down.
savage. Hey,
I-
I'm the Homelander slash Omni Man of the 185 division,
Omni-Man. Yeah, you know what? I was telling him he needs to watch Invincible.
bro.
Yeah.
It's just like that, but
That's-
cartoon.
Yeah,
Just like that, but cartoon.
Well,
The first episode will leave you like mind blown.
I'm on it.
I told him today. I told him last week or 2 weeks ago, and then today I said the same exact thing because he mentioned The Boys. I said, "Man, you got to watch Invincible. You have to watch it." It
Well,
seems
yeah,
like it's like a cartoon for kids, but it's definitely not a cartoon. for
Yeah,
kids.
definitely, yo. That shit's savage as fuck.
What is it on? Is it on Netflix?
Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
All right, well then I'm on it. My wife's out of town for the next 3 days, so I'm gonna fucking binge watch that shit. And by the way, I really truly believe the way The Boys is how it would be if supers really existed. There would be a bunch of fucking debauchery going on. Go ahead, number 2, Mike.
Would you rather feel no physical or mental pain?
No physical, because I feel like on the mental side, I'm good. Nothing could affect me mentally. I'm just that type of person.
That's
Fair
strong
enough,
mental.
man. Fair enough answer. Number 3, if you were on death row, this is a fan question, by the way, Joe Ivy. If you were on death row, what would be your final meal?
It'll have to be the classic Dominican dish, mango, which is basically boiled green plantains and mashed like mashed potatoes, and with sauteed onions in it. I could eat that 24/7 for the rest of my life.
Really?
Yes, it's fire. It's fire. You find a good Dominican place, ask them for some mango. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm on it. Because I got to tell you right now, I went down this is a different island, but I went to Puerto Rico where I was on a mission with the military, and I was down there in Puerto Rico, and my boy was like, "Oh, you gotta have mofongo." He kept fucking talking about mofongo, and I never had it before, and I didn't have it until 3:30 in the morning after like drinking all night, and like we found a place that was still open, and I'm gonna guess that they gave us mofongo that had been sitting out for like 4 fucking hours or something like that, because it was the worst thing I had ever eaten in my life. I was like, "This is awful, dude. What the hell is it?"
You said mafangu. What is this?
Yeah, fangu.
No,
Yeah.
so you probably just had, one of those 3 a.m. bad quality leftovers, mofongo or something like that. But even mofongo is really good. Mofongo is a little bit different. It's a more of a fried dish instead of a boiled dish. The mango is boiled plantains instead of fried, and then you mash it up kind of like mashed potatoes, and then sauteed onions.
Oh, it sounds awesome. It does sound awesome. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna find a Dominican place around here and get that. Number 4. Here we go. Mike.
Would you rather control or read minds?
I would rather control, because I mean, Jedi mind tricks. Come on now.
Vinny Paz.
Vinny Paz. Yeah, here we go. No, man. Yeah, that's a good answer too. Controlling and reading. You said you.
I don't want to hear anybody's thoughts. I'm all
Yeah,
set.
because I mean, you can hear their thoughts, because you're gonna hear their thoughts. But if you can control it, now you can, you're speaking their thoughts.
You ever see that movie What Women Want?
What women
Mel
want?
Gibson?
It's a Mel Gibson movie. It's definitely a chick flick, and like and like without Amy,
Is it like a Shallow Hal, but on a chick flip?
No.
Chick
So
side?
this dude, Mel Gibson is like trying on like women's products because he's a marketing guy. So he gets fucking hammered on, like he's drinking and he's sitting by himself. So he starts like putting the fingernail lotion on or fingernail polish on and like putting all the shit on, and then he like falls over drunk into the bathtub with like a curling iron and he gets electrocuted. And when he wakes up, he can hear what women are thinking. And it's absolutely terrifying with like if you could hear what every single woman in the world is thinking around you, like you wouldn't want to live anymore. I'm telling you.
I think I remember that movie. It was one of those movies where you watch where you're just flipping the channels and it's on like TNT or something like that. I think I've seen like parts of that movie.
Absolutely.
That's definitely one of those movies.
Yeah, so controlling minds is absolutely the answer. And number 5, you have fought in the Trigon cage and in the Trigon ring. Which one do you like better? And please give us your absolutely honest opinion on the Trigon.
So out of the cage and the ring, I feel like the ring is better because when you bounce off the ropes, it has like that bounce. It has a better bounce. And the cage, like the cage is, like an MMA cage. It still has a bounce, but it's like an MMA cage. But with that also, it depends on what sport you're fighting. So if I'm fighting MMA, I would love to fight in the cage better because it's actually a really nice cage. And boxing, of course, the ring. And then my honest opinion of the Trigon, it is the best setup, the best shape for for a fight stage, just because the corners, you get locked in a corner, you can't just circle out. You're going to bounce right into the ropes. You have to push forward. So, it causes action. And then you can't run. I mean, like, how small it is. It's like a half of a boxing ring in diagonal. So, I mean, it's just like, it's perfect for confrontation. And then you can't run too much. And it causes action all the time.
Now, the Trigon cage was like one of the corners was deeper than the other two corners, right?
Yes. That's when I gave one of the corners the name, the Death Corner. Now the Death Corner is all three corners.
Wait. You gave it that name?
Yes. I gave it that name because when I started putting my opponents inside that corner, and that was like my main thing when they first created that cage. Yeah. And I stepped in there, I was just like, yo, this is my things. Corner my guy in here and let them die.
I didn't know that you gave it that name. I knew it was called like the Death Corner or the Hell Corner, whatever it was called. But the new ring is like
22 by 22 by 22.
Yeah, they're all the same, right? So.
Yeah, they're all the same. So they're all basically the Death Corner. But yeah, and you're right. In the cage, they had the one corner. It was like an isosceles triangle, I believe. Yeah. So it had that one corner that was, you get caught in there. You're like, your shoulders kind of like shrugged a little bit.
Now, I saw a guy by the name of Lorenzo Hunt fight in that cage one time, and he got a guy trapped in that corner. And that's why I remember them calling it the Death Corner, because Lorenzo got somebody caught in that corner and just absolutely fucking mashed them in that corner. But I did not know that you gave it that name. That's pretty awesome. Now, when you
I basically gave it the name, the Death Corner, after the Battleship 1 when we did the 8 limbs inside there.
That's freaking great, man. Now, when you take a look at your division in the in BYB 185-pound division, or even like over into the BKFC, do you have any names that you would like really like to call out and fight? You got somebody in mind in BYB right now, or is somebody over at BKFC like got your eye and you'd like to throw down with that person?
Man, I just have right now my eye on the money. So whatever name is gonna bring me the most money and bring me the most respect and recognition, and to my name, and that's gonna give me the Police Gazette belt, because that's what matters. So I don't want to be fighting for participation belts. I want to fight for something that when I win it, nobody can say anything about it. They're gonna have to accept that the jab of death is reigning.
The jab of death in all three death corners, which Brad Williams is calling the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The three corners of the Trigon, and from the Archangel himself. All right, before we let you go, you've been a great guest. We look forward to talking to you and seeing you back in the Trigon again. Go ahead, shout out anybody you want to shout out before you get on out of here.
Man, just first of all, thanks Yahuwah, the creator of all things. Shout out to my team KO committee, my small group of guys that have been training since amateur days. We grinding all the time. Been there since day one. Also, Sanford MMA is one of the best, or if not the best, training camps for MMA in the world. And over there, man, just with those guys, all different type of styles coming at you. You'll be ready for anything. So and just shout out to my wifey. She's my nutritionist. She keeps me on weight, keeps me ready, keeps me energized. keeps me loose, ready to go for anything. And yeah, thanks to my family. Shout out to my all my teammates that I train with, and shout out to y'all. Shout out to the media. Thanks for everything, man, and thanks for giving me platforms to let me show everybody my work, and try to please the fans in this combat sport, because I'm trying to bring the most destruction as possible into any cage or ring.
Yeah. Well, anybody that hasn't seen you yet, this guy brings the action the entire time he's in the ring. Very entertaining from bell to bell. He will deliver, and we thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. We look forward to seeing you again, and you have yourself a great night.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right,
Take it easy,
brother.
man.
Take it easy, man. Have a
All
good
right,
one.
man. Thanks.
Later.
All right. That was the Archangel himself, and our second guest is in the green room right now. The Archangel will be followed up by the Evil Smile. What do you think about that? Mike, give me your best evil smile.
Like, I'm just trying to be so mean and smile at the same time. I can't figure out how to do it.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll just bring her in here and we'll let her explain what the hell that's all about.
All right. Punch me in the
Up
face.
next on the show, we got Jade Masson-Wong, who will be making her debut at BKFC Fight Night in Billings, Montana, October 9th against Crystal, the Rugged Beauty Pittman. Here we go. Her name is Jade. What is going on, Miss Wong?
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good, you?
Oh, I'm
Awesome.
great. You know what? I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I was on YouTube and I was doing my research on you, and I was listening to every single one of your interviews, and you don't speak English in not one interview on the fucking internet. And I was just like, oh, dude, you know what? I didn't even ask if she knows how to speak English or not, but you sound like you speak great English. Yay!
I speak English, but it's still in construction, so maybe I will take time to speak, and I will. You will have to repeat, maybe.
No, you sound great.
That sounds fine to me.
You sound better than George St. Pierre.
Oh.
Hey, I am not impressed by your performance. That's my best George St. Pierre. Before we got on here, I was looking around on YouTube, and I happened to find out that I was like, wait, IMDb has a page for you. I was like, wait, she's an actress too? I did not know this. So I click on the page and I look, and it's a music video by MCM.
Oh,
that you did with Audrey Valancourt, and we were listening to it before the show. So I didn't know that. I didn't know you were in a music video. I thought for a second you were on like a movie or something.
No. It was just a girl I know. It's a friend for her. She asked me to do this video, but it's the only video I did.
So she was like, cool video. She was like, Jade, will you come in this video and just beat the shit out of your roommate in the background while I rap? Can you do that for me?
Sorry?
She just, when she asked you to be in the video, did she just ask you and your roommate to go in her video and just beat the crap out of each other in the background?
Yeah.
That was it?
And the false blood was chocolate, so it smells really good. So no, yeah.
All right. Well, hey,
cool video. They're in a circle of fire fighting on a beach at nighttime. So
they put gas on the woods, and it was a test, and it looks great.
Yeah, it is cool. It's called. I'm not going to say this right. I promise you, it's not going to be right. But it's called. Is it called Frap Fort? Is that right? Frap Fort. See, so, if anybody wants to see it. That's how spell it like I said it, and you can find out.
Spell it like Mike said it. Yeah, spell it like that. So Jade, you have a career in MMA. You went 3-2 in MMA. You fought some very good opponents. Now you are making your venture into bare knuckle. How did you get approached to come over into the bare knuckle world from MMA, or were you just trying to look for something new at the time?
Yeah, I think it was. I needed a new challenge after all the time with the pandemic. I had many change, so I wanted a new challenge and try bare knuckle. I always said that my strength is my fist, and I love to punch people in the face. That's what I love most. So I think I'm at a good place.
What you love,
people in the face.
yeah, what you love most of anything in this world is punching people in the face. That's nice.
But one of the thing, not just that, but it's one of the thing in the world.
What's better than punching someone in the face? See, stump you.
There's a few things.
Yeah, there's a few things. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll ask you the same thing I asked our last guest. Your background, did you come from a fighting family? Where did you get your start in combat sports? Did you like start off in boxing or like traditional karate or something like that? And then
yes, I started with boxing just to train when I was 13 years old. But I always had this in me. When I was a teenager, I had problem with justice and things like that. So combat sport keeps me on the good line.
a problem with justice? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, when I was a teenager.
Oh. She was Mike had a lot of problem with the law as well. He was a real bad kid.
What can I say? Look at me now, though. Look at me now.
Look at that face down there.
Look at me. Yeah. I'm a stand-up citizen now.
Now, do you come from a big family? Or you married? You got a husband, boyfriend, anything like that?
No, I have a big family. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. And I don't have a boyfriend. I just have my 2 big dogs, and it's enough for me. I'm good with that.
Nice. And where's the evil smile nickname come from?
Oh, because I love I love dark thing and blood. This is one of my passion. I love what is physically break and bones out. It don't disgust me. I love it. I did class in paramedic before. I did 2 years in this. So I like it. I love it. So that's why the nickname Evil Smile fits with me.
Like Joker.
Yeah, smile, yeah, and I always smile. Even when I enter in the ring, I always smile. I love to fight and
that rush.
Yeah.
Now you're going to be making your debut very soon against Crystal Pittman. How do you prepare for someone that there's literally no video on Crystal anywhere. She doesn't have any pro fights. She has some amateur Muay Thai fights, but are you doing any kind of research and studying up on her as a fighter, or are you just preparing yourself the way you prepare any other time and just going into it the same way you usually would?
Yeah, I tried to see some of her fight, but I didn't found nothing. So I'm prepared for all. I train for all. I always said in my head, every opponent I have, she will be the best of the world. So I train hard and work hard for everything.
Is fighting your full-time occupation, or do you have a job?
Yes, I have a job too.
What do you do for a living?
I do body piercing in a tattoo shop. So
piercing.
Yeah, I drill people.
There you go. Body piercing in a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
So you drill people all day in a shop, and then you go to the gym and you drill people with your hands.
Yeah. I pierce myself too.
Really?
Yeah.
You did this? Your nose?
Yeah, I did this. I did. I don't keep it because of the training, but I just pierce myself for the fun and take off after 2 days.
You're what?
She pierced it for fun, then she'll take it off.
Yeah, and after I take.
No.
Yeah, I had one day there, and I pierced myself everywhere. Everywhere.
Oh yeah. Mike has piercings all over him too, but he'd have to take all his clothes off to show you.
Okay, let's show me.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife; she doesn't know.
It's a sight to behold.
It's what?
It's quite a sight to behold. Like it's breathtaking, actually.
Yeah, it's breathtaking. All right. You'd probably pass out. What the fuck?
Yeah. So has your training changed now being an MMA fighter and then training for BKFC? Are you training any different? Are you is BJJ and grappling and all that stuff like taking the back seat for now? You're just putting that on pause for a while and then strictly keeping hands only striking. Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah, that's what I do. I just do boxing with clinch, and for sure I like MMA. So after I will continue to train for fun, BJJ and all. But for now, I really concentrate my time on boxing and my fist. So it's an adjustment, but I don't want to lose all all I have from MMA.
Right. All you've already built like a toolbox that you have all these tools in your toolbox. And now that you're in a new sport that you're not going to be using certain things, you don't want to lose them. Now, is BKFC or BK bare knuckle, is that like your future for now? Or you thinking about like going back and forth, MMA, BK type stuff? What are you trying to do?
For now, I really want to do the bare knuckle. So I signed for 5 fights.
Oh.
So I will do this, but for sure I want to still do MMA later. I don't know. I go one fight by fight.
You're making a run. Make a run at that title.
Sorry?
I said you're going to make a run for the title or what?
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
And 5 fights.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
That's what's really nice. What's really nice about BKFC and being such a young sport, and in the division that you're in, there's not a whole ton of people in that division. So with a 5-fight contract, you could easily, rip off like 2-3 wins real quick and just find yourself in a title fight
right pretty
fast.
Yeah, but they sign a lot of girls now, so the division started to be big.
Are you not impressed by any of their performance?
No, there's a lot of girls. There's a lot of girls they sign. So there are many opponents I can have now. Before it was smaller. There was only just few girls, but now there is a lot more.
Oh, definitely. This year in particular, like even in the last 6 months, they've probably signed 8 different female fighters or more, to be honest. It's been taken off. 125-pound women's division in BKFC is arguably one of the best divisions in the entire sport right now, or one of the most hyped up, because there's just so many fighters. Everybody knows who all the fighters are. They're doing a great job with that division. I mean, it's stepping in there and getting a few wins, like Kyle said, could really shoot you right to the top. I mean, the top of the heap is Britain Hart and Christine Faria. Each one of them have 4 and 5 fights. So one's 3-2 and the other one's 3-1 about to fight. Christine's going to fight, so she's going to be on her 5th fight. So that's 5 fights. Those are the 2 most active women.
I understand. Yeah, that's true. So it can be fast.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And you actually have 2 of the top girls in that division fighting on the same card as you. You and Crystal will be on the same card with Taylor Starling. Taylor Starling's very impressive. Christine Faria, very impressive. When you watch the sport, who do you have your eye on? Who impresses you the most out of the girls in your division?
I think Taylor Starling is currently in the progression, in the big progression. So I I check all. I saw her last 2 fights, and I think she's one of the biggest star in the BKFC for now. So yeah.
You know, Joe Ivy is in the comments, and she said that is a wild tattoo. I would like her in the comment section. Which tattoo are you talking about, Joe Ivy? You can't just say some vague comment like that is a wild tattoo and not tell us which tattoo you're looking at. What do you think she's looking at?
It must be the shoulder tattoo on the left shoulder. That's what I'm guessing.
I have a little tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, we'll figure out
which one.
I don't know. We'll wait for her to comment again to find out what the hell she's talking about. But you know, people are excited to see you. They're excited to see Crystal. Now, your opponent, Crystal, Joe says yes, the one on your shoulder there. What is that?
Not the rose, your left shoulder. Yeah.
This is the bad and the good, and that's it. On this side, I have
what, like
jet
water
machine, guillotine,
Oh shit.
electric chair.
electric chair. Nice.
Oh shit. We got some questions later on. Now we're going to ask you that to deal with some of these issues with some of these things like tattoos and horror movies and stuff. So
sorry.
No, we're going to ask you some questions in a minute. But what I was going to say is your opponent, Crystal, I believe she had like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 fights fall through her where opponents pulled out or they just wouldn't find an opponent. How did the BKFC finally come to terms with you and her? Like what was the reasoning behind pairing you two up?
Because I wanted to fight. I signed, I think, in May. So I wanted to fight in September, and they didn't have opponent for me. And when I saw that Crystal was supposed to fight in August, I think, and her fight was canceled, so I write to my manager and I said, hey, I can take Crystal if she don't have a opponent, maybe for September or October, and they finally gave me her, so I was happy.
Nice. So you asked for her?
Yeah, because I wanted to fight, and we were like 2 weeks before September, and I have no news, so I put pressure and I said, okay, give me her. I want to fight.
Yeah, 3 months after you signed, you're like, what the heck? I want to get out there. Let's do this.
Yeah. So,
has the pandemic really put a damper on training up in Canada the way it has down here in the United States?
Yeah, here everything was closed. My job was closed. Gym was closed for like 8 months. So we weren't supposed to train.
You didn't train.
I train, but
yeah. You didn't train.
No, I didn't train. No, I didn't train for the last year. I didn't train. So and there was no league, nothing here, nothing. I know in the USA everything continued and all, but here in Canada and Quebec it was really complicated. So I didn't fight since 1 year, 1 year and a half. 1 year and a half. Yeah.
You know, like Mike was joking, obviously, because like when all the gyms closed around here, it's like, what church are we rolling in today? You know what I mean? Like, where are we putting mats? Who, what garage is this happening in? So, like
we go to Sunday mass every day.
Yeah. Sunday mass every night. Yeah. It's a joke. Like, come on now. Well, I'm glad that you continue not training, and I'm glad that you have a fight coming up. And I didn't know you signed a 5-fight contract. That's really cool.
No.
So you'll be around for a while.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
I have a question about Audrey. Is she going to be fighting in bare knuckle? Because I know before she was supposed to have been fighting in bare knuckle at some point. Even Kyle and I talked to her briefly on the phone, and I'm sure you're aware stuff happened. I don't know. I just never heard from her or saw her again. So is she out of the bare knuckle game, or is she still looking to get into it?
She still wants to do it, but the problem is the division. She's not a flyweight, so
Right.
that's why they don't have girl at her weight for now. So she still continue to train. She do a boxing fight, waiting for that, and yes, she still want to come in BKFC.
Cool. I don't know how they have trouble finding like fighters, like women fighters for like the higher, like just for 135 or 145. I feel like it would be easy. I'm sure there's plenty of people who are ready and willing.
But is there other division in BKFC then?
No, right now the only other division that they have talked about making is 115, down from 125.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they have a like quite a few girls that are on the smaller side for 125 that could very easily make 115. So they could easily build a division like that. But like Mike said, a lot of these girls that are cutting down to 125, if you watch these fights, they're like weighing in at like 128 and like 129. I don't understand how they regulate the weigh-ins, because a lot of them aren't 125. They're 127, 128, 129. So that tells me that these girls are having a hard time making 125. So why not make a 135 division?
Yeah, but you saw a lot of girl who was not 125.
Yeah.
And
Paige and Rachel were at like 129, I think.
Yeah.
I saw it. I didn't understand.
I don't really know. I don't understand either. We don't
understand.
Hey, listen, there's rule sets, there's regulations, and then they just kind of do what they want anyway. So most of the time we're trying to figure out what the hell's going on, just like everybody else, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So with all this said, we are very excited to see you fight Crystal. We're actually friends with Crystal. She's been on the show a few times. She's going to be on the show tomorrow night. We'll tell her how nice you were and that you want to slap her into an electric chair and electrocute her out.
Yeah. You're going to put nipple clips, electrocution.
Yeah.
No sponge on the head.
No sponge.
Eyes popping out.
Dry.
You're screwed.
Yeah.
We'll tell
her.
her.
October 9th is your fucking execution date, Crystal.
Yeah. She'll
off
with her head.
Off with her head. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, by the way.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Actually, can I tell you, we have those pictures. Now, you did a photo shoot with a bunch of like horror themes.
All right, let's start with this one.
Can we show some people? Look at this shit, people. Look at how fucking cool this is. This is like, honest to God,
that's fantastic.
It's cool. It's so cool.
Is this something that like you came up with, or did some photographer like talk to you and be like, "Hey, do you want to do a horror theme photo shoot?" Like,
no, it's all in my head.
It was you. You thought of it. Dude, look at this shit, everybody.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love crazy thing. I love all and.
So these were your idea?
Yeah, it's a mix with my photographer. It's a mix of our ideas.
I love it. That's my favorite one right there.
This is mine.
So, okay. Now the question is, Jade.
Yeah.
The blood that's all over the chainsaw in your hands and your face. What is that?
No, it's not true blood.
Is it just fake blood, or did you like you bought a cow and you fucking dug in there?
No, I love animals, so I will not do it to animal.
Oh, you do it to a human before you do
human,
it to
only human.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so so what we're gonna do with you, everybody, go ahead. Oh, wait a minute. Those are her sponsors at the bottom. We're gonna throw her sponsors at the bottom. We'll throw her social media at the bottom as well. follow Jade on Facebook and Instagram, and she has super cool photos like you just saw, and she's a pretty interesting person, as you've all learned. Now, with that said, we're going to do a speed round. We're going to ask you some questions, and people are going to get to know you on the personal side even more. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Speed round with Jade Masson-Wong, the evil smile herself. Here we go. Number 1, tattoos. Which one's your favorite? Which one's the most meaningful? And which one do you regret the most?
Favorite, I think it's my sleeve, the death machine.
The death machine.
Yeah. Most, I don't know, most significant. I don't have. My MW, my family name.
Okay.
And the one I regret is the one I was drunk and I I did. It's in French. It's right. Ça in French. It's blood.
Blood.
You regret that? I figure you love that.
Yeah, because I was drunk and the guy who did this, he was drunk too, so he's like that. My tattoo is like that.
Oh, it's hard to see. Yeah. Okay.
And I was hey, I love blood. What tattoo can I do? I love blood. Oh, I will write the blood.
The word blood. Oh, that's great.
And then you woke up and you were like, "What is going on? What is this?"
Somebody burned me on the back of my
shit.
neck. All right, number 2, Mike. Number 2.
All right. Would you rather never have to pay for rent or housing, or food ever again in your life? Which one would you choose?
You rather
No rent or no food.
If I don't want to pay for house or food, is that the question?
Yeah, that's the question. The question.
Yeah. If you never had to pay for one of these things ever
Food.
again, you had to choose housing or food.
Food. She said food.
Hell yeah.
Just
keep eating.
I think we're all cut from the same cloth. Okay. I'd sleep in a cardboard box if I got free food for the rest of my life.
Hell yeah. I would just hang out at like 24-hour places and shit and just get food and sleep on the friggin' booth and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, give me a well, no, I couldn't go to McDonald's and get a shake at night because the shake machine's gonna be broken. But get a drink, just sleep in there. You get 24-hour places. Go to Denny's. And sleep there overnight.
All right, number 3. What was the best Halloween costume you ever wore, and what are you dressing up as this year?
Okay. I think my best costume, it was like a ninja, but a sexy ninja with katana and bandana and all open here and on the legs. And this year, I don't know. I love Joker, so maybe just put some makeup and it's always a good costume.
What did you think?
Mike, I noticed she threw sexy in the word ninja there. Ninja. Why is it that every female Halloween costume has the word sexy in front of it? I don't.
Sexy ninja.
Sexy
Because
nurse, sexy ninja, sexy fucking soldier.
Because
Sexy zombie.
when I dress up as a ninja, it says unsexy ninja. Did you
Oh,
never
no,
saw that?
I think it's not that. With my family, we before we made it was for Christmas. We made custom for Christmas, and we have thematic, and one of them was bloody, scary. So for Christmas, I take for a big fake blood and put it on my head like that, on my face, and we went to the restaurant like that.
What? For Christmas dinner?
Yeah, everybody in the restaurant, there was they
What
didn't
the hell?
understand nothing.
Here's Johnny.
All the family was like that. All the family.
Here's Jade.
What did you think? What did you think about the new Joker movie? The new one, the one that kind of is like with Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah, it's I love this movie. It's really it's mental. It's really mental.
Yeah,
But he's a really good actor, and this is one of my favorite movies.
I loved it.
I've watched it 3 times, and
It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
my wife will not watch it with me. She's not into that kind of shit. It fucks with her head too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna end up in the electric chair one of these days if she keeps it up with a dry sponge. All right, Mike, you're up.
Yeah.
That's right. Who is your favorite Canadian superstar?
Is there any Canadian superstar?
Yes, Justin Bieber, Drake. Drake is a Canadian superstar. Ariel Helwani, George St. Pierre. I mean, come on, keep naming them.
George St. Pierre for sure.
There we go.
Like him, but I don't.
Those are all big stars. Did I say Ariel Helwani? Yeah.
Yeah. The answer is Audrey Valancourt.
That's right. There you go. See?
There it is.
Brownie points.
And last but not least, the number 5 question. Which female fighter on the BKFC roster do you admire the most? Which one is the most impressive to you?
I like Taylor. I like Taylor Starling. Yeah.
Taylor Starling?
Yeah, I like her vibes and
she has tattoos like you and she's blonde?
Yeah, she looks nice.
Totally.
A nice girl. Yeah.
She looks like a nice girl that you'd like to punch in the face.
Yeah. One day you guys might get to punch each other in the face. This can be so fun.
Sorry?
I said one day you both may be able to get the chance to punch each other in the face.
Fist in our face, maybe.
Yeah. Actually, I thought you liked her because her name is Killer B.
Killer B. Yeah,
See?
Killer B.
Yeah. All right. Well, you are a great interview, Jade. We had a great time talking to you tonight. We look forward to seeing you fight October 9th against Crystal Pittman at BKFC Fight Night in Montana. Before we let you go ahead and shout out anyone you want to shout out. Your social medias are at the bottom so everyone can follow you. And go ahead. Take a second.
I don't know. I'm ready for my fight and shootout. I don't know who I can shoot out. I have maybe my commentator, Autobuso G, Ed Rush. I have Louis Lessard and Century 21, my father, and I think that's it. I don't know.
That is it. We put your sponsors at the bottom too. So
yeah, okay.
In case you forgot any of them, they're all there. They'll be happy with you.
Good.
I actually Googled them translate because I was like, "What is Société Immobilière Lessard?" It's like a home. What is it? It's like home sales.
Real estate.
Lessard real estate. A Lessard real estate. That's what it is. Yep. Lessard real estate. Look at that. Boom.
All right. Well,
I'm
Jade,
wicked smart. I'm sorry.
He's wicked smart. Jade, we had a great time talking to you tonight. Tune into our show tomorrow to hear what Crystal has to say about you. How about
good?
That?
Thank you, guys. It was fun.
All right.
Thanks.
We'll talk to you soon, and good luck in your fight.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
All right, Mike.
Heyo.
Jade Masson-Wong, the evil smile, who will be making her debut in a couple weeks against Crystal Pittman. But we have our last guest of the evening already in the green room right now. He fucking pranked me earlier tonight, he had me going pretty good. He did fight that shirt. Show that shirt again. We just got these shirts, man. They're dope as hell. Never forget September 11th, 20-year anniversary BKFC t-shirt. That thing is fucking. The funny thing, right before we bring us Houston on, Mike bought those shirts for us, $30 a pop, like the day before the event. The event comes on, and during the event, they're like, for tonight only, for anybody that's watching the event, you fucking buy this shirt and you get 30% off your purchase. And Mike sends me a text. He's like, fuck me. What the fuck?
I'm about to jump out the window.
He's like, they got me again.
God damn it.
All right, so you guys pay attention now. We got a veteran of 20 years in the game, combat sports. He's fought them all. He's fought everywhere. He fought Kimbo Slice, Keith Jardine, and he just disposed of West Combs at BKFC 21 in where the hell was that? In Nebraska. That was in Nebraska. Here we go. The assassin himself, Houston Alexander. Here we go.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man? What's going on?
What's going on, sir?
Good. Look at this guy. Looks dapper tonight, and he's got the background. Oh my god!
Hey, man, I keep it professional, brother. I can't look crazy already.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you don't look crazy, Houston.
Well, your guest before me looked way better than I did. So,
well,
Oh, stop it!
you got to take the good. You got to take the good with the bad. This was like we Oreo'd this one. Like we had a couple rough and tumble fucking dudes on the first and the last, and then we like stuffed a really a decent looking
she's halfway. She's halfway decent.
Yeah.
Did you see the pictures that we put up? Did you happen to see them?
No, I didn't get to see the pictures, man.
My
logged
God!
in a little bit later, but I'm sure they were phenomenal.
Yeah. She's a very cool person, very in the dark, bloody horror type shit.
Yeah.
I heard that, and I believe you guys asked her a question about who was her favorite Canadian star. She should have said Jim Carrey.
Oh,
see, look at that. She was born in 1992, I think. So
shit, that was when Jim Carrey was actually starting movies, wasn't he?
Yeah,
that might have been the year Ace Ventura.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That was the Living Color eras.
Right. That's when we were like growing up and loved it. And she was just like,
we're old.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Yeah. Fire Marshal Bill.
Exactly.
Isn't it crazy that show, A Living Color? Like all the people who came off that show was genius.
Yes. Yes, man. Just think about before they started doing a lot of stuff on Comedy Central. They were already doing this on Fox, and Fox was killing it with all the different sitcoms they had. So it's crazy to see all those people branch off and be successful, all because of the Wayans brothers.
Yeah,
it's crazy that like
Jennifer Lopez,
90% of the show went on to be like big stars. The Wayans brothers,
I'm
Tommy
jealous.
Davidson.
I am jealous.
Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, Jim Carrey, Jennifer Lopez was a fly.
David Allen Greer.
Yeah, it's freaking unbelievable. Yeah, man. So earlier tonight, I got a phone call from Houston, and he tells me I got bad news and I got good news. What do you want to hear? He's like, okay, the bad news is I can't make 8:30 tonight my time. I'm like, fuck. All right, what do you want to reschedule? He was like, good news is psych, got you, motherfucker. Son of a bitch.
You know what?
God, you really did get me, man.
It was probably the only time you was gonna probably call me the N-word over the phone.
No, come on. Never ever. That's fucking.
You were fixed to say it. You was gonna say it.
No, I called you the M word. The M word, Melvin. Well, that's
you called me you went the other alphabet letter. You went M word. Well, why not? Melvin did not show a couple of times on your show.
Nah, he's coming on tomorrow. He's gonna make it up to us tomorrow.
I got double crossed fingers now.
Fingers.
You know what? That joke, your joke worked on me too, because then he called me up and said, "Oh man, I gotta tell you, Houston just called me." And I was like, oh, don't even tell me. He goes, well, he said he had bad news and good news. And I said, he says bad news. And then he tells me the bad news first. And I was like, oh, damn. Like,
and then I was like, yeah, his good news was psych.
And I was like, son of a
that brings you up. Just to bring you down.
Yeah, so, just to stomp you right down.
Now, you guys are where? Now, what city are you guys in right now?
We are me and him are in two separate states, actually. I'm in Connecticut. I'm in Stonington, Connecticut, and he's up in Rhode Island, up by Providence.
Yeah.
And,
okay. Well, that explains why you guys cuss so damn much on your podcast. You guys are so East Coast. Hey.
Yeah. Believe it or not, we live in two different states, but he's like 20 minutes away from me. Oddly enough.
That's still on the East Coast, right?
Yeah. Yep. We work together.
Now, is it true that East Coasters cuss like that?
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
We use the F word like a comma around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have to take a pause in the middle of a sentence here in the East Coast, you're like, ba 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 ba, and fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't help that we're both in the military as well. So like I'm a 20-year veteran, he's a 13-year veteran, and like it's just embedded into our blood. And my mom,
my family is all military people. So yeah, it's Air Force, Marines, everything. My coach, he served as a Marine, and my other coach, he was he did some private work in Afghanistan. So brother, I've heard it all.
Yeah. The first time I came, and thank you for your service to all your teammates. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
When I came home from my first deployment, 2003-4, I came when the war first started. I was there in the beginning, and I came home, and I went straight basic to AIT into a deployment. So my parents didn't see me. I was 20 years old when I left. Came back, 21 years old. Never really got to, drink legally until I got back from there. So I get back. My mom and dad hadn't seen me for 2 years, maybe almost 2 years plus. And I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm talking to my mom and dad, and we have a bunch of family over, and we're talking. My mom goes, you use the F word 4 times in one. She's like, in one sentence, 4 F words.
A verb, an adjective, a pronoun.
It's a complete sentence, man. It's a complete. Tell your mom it was a complete sentence.
Yeah, I was like, Mom, it's the most versatile word in the English language. I don't know what to tell you. I was taught by the best.
And it's weird because you guys got your shirts with never forget. I was as soon as that happened, I think a year or so after, they were still cleaning the towers up, and I was there when they were just finishing the towers at the time. We had just visited New York. Right when they would just finish up the last bit of the towers.
The crazy thing is, I was in New York. I didn't stop in New York, but I was going through New York with my dad. 1 week almost to the hour. Like the week before, 7 days before, me and him were driving right through, and we were right by the towers. And then 1 week later it happened. I haven't been back there since.
Wow.
And I live 2 hours away. I could go there right now if I wanted to, but I just haven't.
And now, see, were both you guys on the East Coast when it happened?
Yep.
Yes, we were both.
Now I'm going to explain. I want to explain something to you guys real quick.
Mm-hmm.
In the Midwest when it happened. Now in Omaha, Nebraska, we're pretty much in the center of the country. When it happened, I used to work construction for an asphalt company, and we were on a base doing asphalt when it happened. Now, we were listening to the radio, during the time we were doing, asphalt, and we heard that someone, something had happened, a plane had hit a building, and we thought it was an accident where, we thought it was a little small plane hitting a building. We didn't think nothing of it, but when the MPs came to us on the base and told us, "You guys got to get the fuck out of here," and we was like,
wrap it up.
What happened? And then we found out that there was an airline that went inside the side of the tower. They shut the base down. They shut it down completely. We were literally on Offutt Air Force Base doing asphalt when it happened. And after that, the stories were coming in about the second plane coming in, and all we heard and seen on the base was panic. Everybody was moving all over the place, and throughout the day, because obviously we had to move off the base, and we went to another job site. We saw the plane that President Bush was on that brought him, I think, from Virginia, and I think Offutt was the last place he stopped. Because they moved him around because they didn't know what was going on. They moved him to Offutt Air Force Base, and I see that's why they rushed us off. Because they was waiting for the president to come to the Offutt Air Force Base, and that I remember that whole entire day being so crazy. It was like a fall day here, and because it was kind of cold, it was kind of crisp, but it was still kind of a clear day, and it was just weird, man. That whole day, and especially we're in the middle of the Midwest, and everyone's panicking all over the country because of these airplanes going into the towers, man. It was just. And to see and to come home and get off work and to see all the things that had transpired, man, it was just crazy to see.
Well, I could tell you that when I went to basic training, after 9/11. So I joined. I joined before 9/11, but I didn't go to basic until after 9/11. So like I joined before it, and then it happened, and then like there was this influx of people that wanted to join the military and go fight.
Yep.
Like there was a huge rush. I was already in. I got out. I went to basic. I went to AIT. I get out. I get home on a Friday night. I hadn't seen on any of my friends. Like I said, I just turned 21 while I was at basic training.
Yeah.
So we're ripping drinks like crazy. I go out Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday. I'm out at a basketball court playing pickup games, and my brother comes rolling up. He was like, "Yo," he's like, "You got to go to the payphone." Payphone, by the way, people. I didn't have a cell phone back then. 2000.
Yeah, that's old school. That's old school.
Yeah.
Was it a Bell Atlantic payphone?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was a payphone like, for legit. So my brother gives me this number, and he's like, "Yo, you got to call this number." So I go to the payphone, I put it in, and I call the number, and they're like, "Okay, are you ready?" I'm like, "Ready for what?" They're like, "This is an official activation call for blah 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 blah." I'm like, "You got to be fucking kidding me! I just got home."
Wow.
I'm like, I just got home from training. I'm trying to hang with my friends, and they're like, "You need to report at 06 on Wednesday." This was on Monday, so got home on Friday, activated Monday, report on Wednesday, Fort Drum, New York. Yeah, Fort Drum, New York 1 week later, and then
man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what though? I needed that shit because I was kind of a little shithead back in the day. So
who knows what you would have done with all that money you made in basic and AIT? With that free time, you might not be here right now.
Right. And then you go on big deployment and you get all that tax-free deployment money, combat pay, hazardous duty pay, separation pay, and you get all that fucking scratch. It's great. Anyways, Houston Alexander's here. We got to talk a little bit about fighting. I know you're probably tired.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Now, this man right here is a 20-year veteran in the game. He fought he's been fighting since 2001 is when you made your debut as a professional, correct?
Well, and it's interesting because the record, the record shows that I've had over 30 fights, but unofficially I've had over probably 200 fights.
Jesus Christ! See, you know what? The internet and for anybody out there that like ever does any research on any of the fighters that we have on, BoxRec, Tapology, most of the time they're wrong. We've been learning that a lot.
Yeah.
We've been learning that a lot. Like,
if you didn't get it from the horse's mouth, hey man, gotta ask.
Right. So, I mean, I remember you fighting. Now, I'm going to tell you right now. At the time when you knocked out Keith Jardine in the first round, Keith Jardine was
49 seconds.
He was like my guy at the time, the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine. Because my squad leader in the military at the time looked exactly like him. My boy Joel Dillis, God rest his soul. He's up in fucking right now, and I love him. Joel and him built the same way, looked the same way. Goddamn, he was like his fucking spitting image. And then I was like, yeah, Keith Jardine's fighting. And then you go ahead and fucking knock his ass out in the first round. I was like, God, what the fuck?
Again, they see back then, but saying shouts out to Keith, man. But they back then they didn't have all the YouTube footage and they didn't have all the stuff because even though I fought so many times, they didn't have anything recorded, so they had nothing on. They had nothing on me.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's the interesting thing about it, man. Monty Cox, who was my manager at the time, convinced the commission and convinced the UFC, the matchmaker, that I was I was worthy to fight this guy because I don't think no one really expected for any of that to happen. We knew what we could do, but no one else. We had to convince other people that otherwise that I could do it.
Now, what I wanted to ask you is, being 49, you're 49 years old now, and you just made now 49 years old. In 2000, when you made your professional debut, did you ever expect yourself 20 years later to be making your debut in a new sport in combat sport? Like that's got to like blow your mind a little bit. Like way back, like you think way back then, you're like fucking. If I'm still fighting 20 years from now, that's a good thing. Let alone.
Well, you say making my debut, but I've always been bare knuckle fighting already.
Right. I mean, just sanctioned. Okay, sanctioned.
I was already using these already before MMA. So
Right.
it's oh man, I don't know. The debut is it's probably the debut on television with bare knuckle.
Yeah. Okay,
but I know what you mean. It is interesting because the bare knuckle fighting championship is fairly new. But man, it's so exciting, man, because I believe I was backstage watching all the fights before me, and I was watching how excited people were, and even with the fighters were excited to get in there and get after it because their format and the way they have things going in the ring is pretty cool. Where you're towing the line, there's no coming across the ring. It's actually pretty cool, man. So and I like it because there's no running. And, you don't have to worry about takedowns. You don't have to worry about kicks. It's just me mano a mano with your opponent.
Were you surprised at how fast the night moved? Because I think was it Jason High that said like, oh, I thought I had plenty of time before I was going to fight. And then all of a sudden, boom, my fight was there. And I was like, holy shit, my fight, it was already upon you. You thought you had another hour or so, but really because of all the knockouts.
I expected I knew it was going to go as it did because we got a lot of good people in Omaha, and we got a lot of good people in Nebraska that's been fighting for a while. So they had a lot of veterans that wasn't new to the fighting game. So I knew it was going to be fast paced, and I knew there was going to be a lot of people getting knocked out. Matter of fact, when I heard from the promotions, the promotion said that our event was the first event where everyone got knocked out.
Nice.
It was
awesome.
11 fights, 11 knockouts. It was freaking
11 fights, 11 knockouts.
Now, not one of those fights made it to a third round either. I loved it, man, because I'm a night owl. I don't mind staying up late, but when a fight card ends like 2 hours, that's sweet. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. All right.
That's because we know we like to go to bed early, brother.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So let's talk a little bit about your fight now.
On your own accord, not by a knockout.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
some other people went to sleep very early.
Yeah, I was going to say you put someone to sleep that night. Now you went out there. You fought a veteran in his own right. He was a Marine veteran. Our boy Wes Combs came on the show. He was a very nice guest. Did he surprise you that he looked like the Undertaker at the weigh-ins?
Oh, and I'm a wrestling fan. When I first met Wes, I was like, and I introduced myself. I was like, hold on for a second. Wes looks like the Undertaker. All he needs is the hat and the robe. So yeah, he does look like the Undertaker. I'm from that era where Junkyard Dog and Macho Man.
Hell yeah!
And he did look like the Undertaker. That was funny.
Now, Mike, he definitely looked like the Undertaker, like 1,000,000%. There was some. We know
what Wes's costume is going to be this year.
There were some memes that came out of him. They were funny.
Now, Mike's got a clip of your. Now, for those who were watching that didn't see the fight, there was a little controversy behind Houston's knockout. He absolutely knocked him out with the first shot, and he followed the first one with an instinctual second shot. And show the clip real quick, Mike.
All right,
we could talk about it real quick.
Okay.
I broke it up a little bit.
You opened his eyes with that second one.
Because I wanted to show now watching this, I don't know you, Houston. I'm watching this and I felt the remorse that you had, and then this right here I felt was important to show. You guys kind of got together. What did you say to him there when you guys got together?
I just told him it wasn't on purpose. That was my bad. And after watching it a few times. And I'm glad I got a chance to explain it to you guys on the show. I think and people are like, well, it's an MMA instinct. I don't think it was an MMA instinct because I think me when I hit Wes at the time, I didn't know that he was gonna fall flat like that. So I thought he was gonna stumble away. And so with me thinking that Wes was going to stumble away, I went after him, and my body, I already had it in my mind to go after him. and not let him recover, you know, to come back and hit me. So I think what happened was I didn't see him fall flat. I just thought, you know, with the instinct was to go right after him. I heard my corner say go after him because I don't think that nobody knew that he was going to fall that way.
It was right after. I mean, you
hit him
punched
with
him then.
Right. You hit him with that right hand and it kind of like came across, and the way his body turned, like, yeah, you're right. It didn't look
I thought it was going to stumble away. And after looking at it a few times, and because it happened so fast, where the ref couldn't even get in. It was just I thought he was going to stumble away, and I pursued him, and then I couldn't stop the motion in time.
Now, a lot of the controversy with it was that second punch, but I really truly believe it's because just 1 month earlier in the Melvin Gillard fight, what had happened to Melvin 4 months earlier, he got hit. He fell. His ass fell into the ropes, and the ropes held him up.
Mm-hmm.
And the referee didn't do anything, and he got hit with the second shot, and he lost by knockout. When, in fact, the referee should have stopped O'Shaughnessy from hitting him because the ropes held him up. It should have been a knockdown. Flash 4 months later, Melvin's in the same situation kind of as you are, where he knocks this dude down, and then he throws another punch, and they instantly DQ'd him. And then one month later, you did this, and you didn't get DQ'd. That's why I think people were up in arms about that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Definitely amplified it for sure.
But for what I understand, you know, and I've been around coaches, and I've been around, you know, refs, I've been around judges all this time. You know, they had a pretty strong set of refs that night because we went over all the people that were involved, and a lot of those people were very experienced. And for what
I had Hatley, right, as your ref.
Yeah, I believe so. And a lot of those guys they had a ton of experience, and they were all telling us in the back that, hey, these guys are professional. These are some of the more experienced guys in the business. Can't get no better than these guys. You know, we kept hearing that. So, and what I think what happened in this situation, I think they were watching the effects of the actual shot itself. So I don't know, man. From what I understand, talking to coaches, parts of it it's a skill, but half of it, guys, is luck. So we just got lucky, you know.
Yeah, and it could have went either way. So we just got lucky, and you know, we're just very fortunate that we got the win. Yeah, one of our viewers says you did acknowledge the mistake. You paid your respects. It was a bad ref call. So that's what it comes down to. I mean, now with that said, you looked great. Did you feel like you were in great shape going into there?
But that's the whole point of any fight. I think if you're in shape, you don't have to worry about anything else but execution. So I mean, we wanted to go in there in great shape, and you know, I went in a little bit underweight just so I can be a little faster, you know, and because you know you don't want to go in there heavy, and sometimes especially with this type of fighting, you want to be quick to the punch, and you don't want to be last, especially with bare knuckle.
Yeah,
you want to be quick to the punch, and that was our intention, to come in top shape.
Well, we got a question from Vince Anderson saying, in the moment, were you expecting to be DQ'd with that second punch?
No, I thought, you know, I did. I honestly thought, I'm like, oh shit, you know, and because again, it was just me going in motion, not realizing that I was doing it, because I didn't hear a crowd, I didn't hear anything, man. It was just me going after the guy, and people forget, at the end of the day, we're not playing golf. We're not playing. You know, we're not bowling. We're fighting. You know, this is one of those things where, you know, it's either him or me. And I just think that instinctively, I just went after the guy. That's all.
Yeah, man, it was great. So with that said, you know, you're a longtime veteran. You are a little long in the age, but you did look great, and you only went in there for 34 seconds. Are we going to see Houston Alexander back in the squared circle fighting someone soon?
Of course, man. I talked to the promotion. They definitely want me to come back. So, you know, and the funny thing about it is I train every day. And a lot of people say, well, he hasn't been around for X amount of years. I'm always training, and I'm always sparring with the up and coming guys. So and even with this promotion, I thought when they asked me to do it, I'm like, why am I sparring with these guys for free when I can go in and do the real thing and get paid? So hey, I this is something I wanted to do. I enjoy. This is something I really enjoy doing, and I just thought it was a perfect opportunity, man. So shouts out to the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship for giving me the opportunity to even do it. Because man, you would get that itch. We always get that itch, and if I'm in good shape, man, why not? If I'm good, and if I don't get hurt, why not?
Yeah, and like Tony Loco Soto says right there, get the money, player. Now, what I'm asking you, you came in at 199.
Yep.
For a heavyweight fight. Are you trying to stick around and fight heavyweights, or are you thinking 205, that 205 weight class with the Hector Lombard, Lorenzo Hunt, Chris Sorrow, is it
Quentin Henry?
Quentin Henry.
Gentlemen, I don't care who it is. I'm gonna just be honest. I've always had the approach. I don't care if it's 205, if it's heavyweight. It doesn't matter to me. When you're getting hit, the weight doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter who I fight at. What brothers? I'm gonna be honest.
It's outstanding. I love seeing the fact that this sport keeps growing. BKFC came around in 2018.
Yeah.
2021, we got guys like Houston Alexander. We got guys like Chris Lieben, Diego Sanchez, Leonard Garcia, all these legends of the MMA world that we all come up watching and loving.
Yeah.
Now we get to see you guys get like a second wind, almost like another career, because there's no grappling and there's no jiu-jitsu and there's no wrestling and all that bullshit. You don't have to kick and knee and elbow. All you got to do is throw hands. And I feel like there's no age cap to that. You know what I mean? Listen, you fuckers out there. Old man strength is a real thing. That's a fucking real thing. That's a real thing.
Hey man, you're right. I think it has given a lot of people a second win, and you're right. There's no question. There's a lot of power behind these hands. The old man strength, middle-aged man strength, whatever type of strength you want to call it. You get hit, you're going out. So, but I think what a lot of people need to be cautious of, even a lot of these guys who are up in age. They just need to make sure they're taking care of themselves, because we don't want to be in a Vander Holyfield situation where you look good but you're not performing. So I don't ever want to be in a situation where I'm getting in the ring and I'm not performing at peak performance. I'm never going to embarrass myself. So if you see me in the ring, I'm in top shape and I'm ready to go.
Awesome. the guy that I mentioned earlier that I said looked a lot like Keith Jardine, my old squad leader. He was when we deployed 2008, 2009, he was 53 years old. I was 28 years old, or 28, 29, around there. And I was like, 215 pounds and strong as I fucking ever was. Yeah. 53 years old. That guy used to fucking put me to shame in the gym. And that's why I say there's age is just a bullshit ass numbers when it comes down to anybody that wants to step to. I would love to see you fight Chris Sorrow and Kakar and those guys, Quentin Henry at 205, because I think that you would fucking rumble with those boys and it would be very entertaining. And we'd get a nice little run out of Houston Alexander and BKFC.
Hey man, it'll be interesting, but understand that if I go to any one of those fights, I'm gonna be in top shape.
Hell yeah!
If you're not worried about your conditioning in the ring, you don't have to worry about your performance.
I don't know why Tony Loco Soto. He's a 155er in the BKFC, by the way. He's asking, do you drink beer?
Do I drink beer? Of course. Yeah. I mean, I gotta have. You know what? For some reason, I've been on the Bud Lime for a while.
Oh, because he wants to have a beer with you. He says,
"Hey man, we can have one together, brother."
Hell yeah.
Get on the same card.
Yeah, get on the same card, and after the fight, we'll go to the bar and we'll have a beer.
Man, we can have a beer together, brother. For some reason, I've been doing shots of Crown Apple and I've been drinking Bud Lime as a chaser. So let's go have one, brother.
Crown Apple. Oh my God.
You know what? I was on this kick like 2 years ago where you get those Reds apple ciders. And then
Reds apple, yeah.
You open a Reds, you drink the neck down, and then you fill it back up with Crown Apple to the top. Flip it a couple times, and then drink that. Drink about 4 of those, and
you're trying to kill yourself.
Yeah. We got, us East Coast boys. We live a little reckless, Hey,
man. I've been on the East Coast a few times, man, and especially up in New York, and they wild out there, man.
Yeah.
Kyle's getting reckless. He should get wrecked less.
Wrecked less. Hey, so before we're gonna do a quick speed round with you with some questions here. Tell us about the Houston Alexander Foundation first. What is that?
The Houston Alexander Foundation is it's us going into schools teaching the kids about hip hop culture. Now you hear all the negative imagery on radio, you see it on television. And the kids that are growing up in the culture itself know nothing about the music, the dance, or the art. And we would decide to go into the schools, teach kids about the dancing, the art. We bring in break dancers, we bring in artists, we bring in DJs, and we assemble the whole entire schools, and we go down the line with beatboxing, and we teach the kids about the culture. Because they're getting so much negative imagery on again television or radio. That's just one fashion of hip hop, and that's what we do. We go into the schools, community organizations, and teach the kids about hip hop culture. And other things that we do, I teach the elderly or the young people how to train. A lot of people who you see a lot of people in the gym who have no idea how to train. So if you can go to my website and sign up, and I actually go to your gym or I hook up with people, man, and teach them how to train, to their body types. And I've been doing that for free for the past 10 years. And I do public speaking, man, and I go to detention centers, I go to jails. I do a little bit of everything, man. So it's just my way of giving back to my community, man. That's helped me out a whole lot.
What's your favorite breakdancing song?
Just Begun, Jimmy Castor.
I love Freestyle, Don't Stop the Rock. I love that song.
But you got to know, that's the B-Boy's anthem. That's the B-Boy's anthem is Just Begun by Jimmy Castor and the Castor Bunch.
Yeah.
You're talking to a former breakdancer up there.
Right.
Okay. Well, hey, now
I used to breakdance in high school. Okay, and I haven't. I think we tried. I remember we got deployed, and I mentioned it because we got a lot of time talking to each other. Like, oh, you're trying to do something. I was like, all right, let me try a windmill. Forget it. I almost died. Almost my shoulder almost came out of its socket. It was awful.
True story. The first time the world saw b-boying was on the movie Flashdance, and a lot of people don't know how the culture started around the world. It wasn't with rapping. It wasn't with clothing. It was with one 1 minute clip in the movie Flashdance when the Rocksteady crew was dancing on the corner, and that was the first time you saw breakdancing in a major motion picture. That's Flashdance. So go back and check it out.
Yeah.
There's a minute of the Rocksteady crew, and that showed all over the world, and that's when everybody started breakdancing.
That's crazy.
Now,
Flashdance.
I think that what you just said about your organization is absolutely amazing, because me and him, we grew up on the East Coast in hip hop. Yeah. I believe that we grew up in the golden era of hip hop. Biggie, Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang Clan, Wu-Tang Forever. Nas, Jay-Z. That was like the best time ever. So the fact that you're pumping hip hop into the younger culture right now and like teaching it is fantastic. Now, do you teach about like graffiti art too? Because I know
we teach about the culture of hip hop. Now, when we say hip hop, we're not talking about hip hop music, because that's not even a thing. Rap music is an element of hip hop.
Yep.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something. The most exciting thing that ever happened to me was watching KRS-One perform in a bar in Brooklyn. I was in Brooklyn, and KRS-One was performing, and this man got on top of the bar, and he rapped damn near 2 or 3 songs on top of a bar in Brooklyn. and I thought I was in hip hop heaven. But yeah, man,
Step into a world.
Do you want to know something? 5 years ago, 5 years ago, Wu-Tang Clan went on tour for the 20-year anniversary of Enter the 36 Chambers. So they came to Mohegan Sun and they did the entire set of Enter the 36 Chambers and about 8 or 10 songs from Forever. It was the best show I ever seen in my life. Swear to God, all the original members plus Capadonna and Old Dirty Bastard's kid was sounding exactly the same. But after the show, there's a club called Avalon up in Mohegan Sun. We went up in the club, and most of the group went in there. And Ghostface Killer, they call him Old Dirty Bastard's kid.
Yeah.
They all got microphones, and just like you said, ODB's kid got up on this speaker and freestyle rap for like 10 straight minutes for the entire club. Oh my God, it was like the coolest fucking thing.
And those are times. There are times like that you can't buy, you know, because that same tour came to Omaha, Council Bluffs area to the casino. That same tour you're talking about, and that was great to see all those guys together. And even though we're in a different era of rap and hip hop, you know, it's still a youthful thing. But but for some reason, those eras meant a lot to us because I think those are the eras that led us up to where we're making all the money now. So, question for both of you. Question for both of you gentlemen: best rapper of all time in your book?
Oh man, you know what?
This is a question for both of you guys.
All right, so is it best rapper or my favorite rapper of all time?
Well, but let's go with your favorite rapper. So we'll make it easy.
I'm gonna tell you right now that my favorite rapper of all time is Method Man.
Okay, cool.
Method Man has never spit a bad verse in his entire career. I'm telling you, that guy is so slick and so tight with his lyrics and everything. And about 3 years ago, he stopped swearing in his rap. I mean, he still says a few like little things,
but he never really swore. He would never really swore in his rap anyway.
And now he will drop a verse on a new rapper's album now where there'll be 3 different rappers on that song. The other 2 guys will be dropping F-bombs, N-bombs, and you name it, the whole verse. He won't drop a single one, and his verse will fucking wipe them off the map.
Exactly.
But I mean, like, honestly, I would either go Nas or Biggie would be my go-to answer for all time.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we need another. Same question.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Well, I mentioned him earlier, and Kyle just mentioned him just now. But my favorite rapper would be Nas. I love Nas. I love. I mean, it reminds me of just being in high school, like just listening to Nas all the time, like driving around, skipping school, doing extracurriculars, driving around the city. Listening to Nas, hanging out after school. Like I mean, we listen to everything, but there's just something about Nas that just really just soaked in. I soaked it all in so much. I just love it. I mean, I can recite. Like, when you just hear a song and you know every lyric pretty much to every single song on the entire CD, you're like, how the hell do I remember that?
I got 2 guys that are I think are the most underrated rappers of all time, and I'll tell you who. It's Guru from Gangstar. Guru, right? And Big Pun doesn't get the credit that Big Pun deserves. Like Big Pun was one of the slickest lyricists of all time.
Yes,
gentlemen, it's interesting that we can mention these artists and go back and reminisce. Can any of these artists hold up to that? Can any one of the kids go, man, I remember this guy, and still reminisce like how we are right now. So because for us to even wrap this part up, you got to go Rakim. Now Rakim is a mixture of all those people you guys just mentioned. Because before Rakim, we had the party. We had the party starting music, rapping. But Rakim is the one that brought the slickness, brought the charisma. He was the one that changed the whole entire culture by the way he would rapped. So if it wasn't for Rakim, there would be no Method. If it wasn't for Rakim, there would be no Nas. So you gotta go Nas. You gotta go Rakim because Rakim changed the game.
Yep.
And also,
nice.
and everybody says Biggie Smalls. Now, Biggie Smalls' favorite rapper of all time was Big Daddy Kane. And Big Daddy Kane, the smooth criminal, like the smooth operator, a lot of Big Daddy Kane's style and his slickness really carried over to fucking Biggie Smalls. And another guy that we keep forgetting about, that Eminem's favorite rapper, Redman. You got to give Redman his due.
Oh yeah,
Redman's got a song called 80 Bars right now that came out about a month ago. At 53 years old, Redman's 80 Bars is the best song you will hear in 2020.
Redman is probably one of the top, even out of all the people that we've listed. Redman's still probably up there. So that's crazy. That's crazy that we're talking hip hop and fighting at the same time. But that's great, man. I love it. That's why you do podcasts like this.
Yeah. Mobb Deep, Big L. Don't forget about Big L.
The Big L.
Big L? Oh,
cut down in his prime.
Now everyone says, well, Biggie is the best of all time. Well, Biggie, and I never thought about this. Biggie only has 2 albums, but he helped write the Junior Mafia stuff. He helped write Little Kim stuff. He helped write for P. Diddy. So guess what? He has a lot of stuff credited to him, but he wouldn't know that. But he's not he's slick and he's nice, but he's not one of the best of all time, though.
Oh man, I think we can do this for an hour, but
yeah, I was gonna say, while we're on the topic though, if anybody has Sirius XM radio, Rock the Bells. They got LL Cool J has a Rock the Bells station. That it's fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh man. All right, let's wrap this up. But I gotta tell you,
one more.
We can go all night, man.
So my kid, my 6-year-old was home quarantined all last week because he had a close call with COVID at school.
Okay.
So I had to stay home with him. So me and him were like driving around doing shit around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And, I had Rock the Bells on, and I Can't Live Without My Radio came on. This kid was so into that song in the back seat. I had it loud. We put the windows down so everyone can hear it. We put the music up, and like my little boy Nolan, 6 years old, is just freaking banging out in the back.
And you saying that tells me this, and this is what we've always taught the kids, that they just because it's old to us, it's still new to them. Yep. So the kids if the kids heard any of some of the cool stuff that we've heard over the years, I'm sure they'll like it like we did because it's new to them. So your son is he's loving LL Cool J because that's his first time hearing LL Cool J, and no one's in his ear telling him don't listen to that because that's old. See, he's listening to it with fresh ears. So your son is loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it made me happy in my heart that he was really jamming in that shit in the back seat. And I'm like, this is LL Cool J right here. I'm like, man, I love it. I love everybody.
I gotta commend you guys on your podcast, man. You guys had a lot of great people on your podcast. For me, looking at some of you guys' past podcasts, and you guys are genuinely, a great podcast, man. And I don't say that too often when I'm doing these things,
Wow. We appreciate that big time.
Yeah, thank you.
Like me and Mike, we're coming up on our and we've been around for 10 months right now. We started this during the pandemic. So, we hit the ground running and we've been grinding our asses off. Like we're still full time for the military, but like twice a week. I mean, every single night I'm on the phone with like managers and trying to book people on here because what we want to do with this is kind of the Ariel Helwani MMA hour where Ariel has like 5 or 6 or 7 people on. Eventually, I really do feel like we're the only ones in the bare knuckle realm that are pulling 2, 3, 4 guests every single episode. So
that's why that's called work, man. It's called putting in your time and work, brother. So y'all keep at it, man. This is really cool.
We appreciate you, man, for sure. And that was a great conversation. All right, let's do a quick speed round with Mr.
No Tupac mentions. He said, "Wow, no Tupac mentions."
Well, no. But Tupac is a good MC, but he's still not the greatest of all time. He just got a lot of music.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that. Michael Hanowski said that. And here's the thing: is I try to avoid mentioning Biggie and Tupac, not because they don't deserve to be mentioned, but because they're always mentioned. Cliche. So they're just it's cliche. It's a given. Everyone knows them. They have movies about them, and their music is everybody knows them. They're there. They're at the top. They don't even need the recognition
see,
anymore.
And Mike, you're right. The other MCs that came before them, or even after them, don't get any mention, and they're credited. Other people are credited with more work. But you got to give it. So you got to give it to Tupac, because even after his death, he had 10 albums after that. So he had a lot of music. But I'm not going to consider Tupac the best of all time just because he passed.
I love Tupac. Love him.
Well, I love him. He explained in an interview how he does his music. He said Tupac said he does his music through emotions, because we all have human emotions. That's how he rapped. Because one day he can be mad, one day he can be sad, one day he can be happy, one day he can want to go break a bottle over someone's head. He said that's how he rapped, through his emotions. And what do we all live off of? Emotions.
One thing that Tupac, I don't think could do like some of the guys, like honestly, Eminem doesn't get mentioned, but like Eminem, Biggie, Nas, Big L, these guys could freestyle for 10, 15 minutes straight.
Oh, no, Tupac can freestyle too.
But there's a video out there where I know he can freestyle, but I don't think he could freestyle as good as these other guys, man. There was a Biggie and Tupac freestyle where they're both sitting at the table and they're going back and forth. And like Biggie made him look like a damn amateur sitting at that table. So
yeah.
You know what?
I saw that. But you know who's better? You know who's probably better at freestyling and with more emotion than anybody? And that's DMX.
DMX. Oh my God.
I know we didn't even talk about DMX.
DMX was a monster. He made Jay-Z look stupid. So come on now.
All right.
I know we're getting back. We're getting pulled back in.
I'm telling you, we can go on and on and on, brother.
I'm trying to hold on. I'm getting pulled back in.
Yeah, just when you thought it was out. Well, we're gonna have to do an all hip hop podcast with.
Thanks
Houston
a lot,
Alexander,
Mike Kanowski.
All right, let's do this. Right, speed round with Houston Alexander.
Let's roll.
Let's do it. Number one. These are all like MMA related. Okay, which is your favorite fight from your MMA career?
There was a fight in Des Moines, Iowa, where I fought this guy. He was close to 400 pounds, and the first round, I got around the guy. I picked him up. I slammed him through the ring, and I broke the board.
What was his name?
I forgot the guy. I forgot the kid's name, but there's footage of this guy, me slamming this guy so hard we broke the board in the ring.
Nice. All right, number two.
What was the single most influential person in your combat sports career?
Chad Mason. Chad Mason is the one that got me set up in MMA. I started with Chad Mason Presents, his show, and if it wasn't for Chad Mason or Annie Houston, who got me to go to the promotion, those two were the most influential in my MMA career.
Awesome. Number three. If Triller was to call right now and offer you a fight, who would you want that opponent to be that they're offering you?
Who?
If Triller.
Okay.
Triller's the one that's been doing all the they've been doing all the Jake Paul fights and
yeah.
If Triller was to phone Houston Alexander right now and offer you a fight, who would you hope that opponent would be that they're offering you?
Oh man, of course, it would have to be any of the Paul brothers.
That's right.
Hey, one of the Paul brothers, man. We got to make that money. We got to make that money, brother. Hey, I need that call for one of the Paul brothers, but I don't know after seeing what I did a couple of Fridays ago, I don't think they might not want me to fight guys.
They ain't calling. You know who they could offer you and actually would be nice is Anderson Silva.
I was thinking the same thing.
You know what? I would fight Anderson. And I know him. He's a good guy, man. But hey, we got to make that money, Anderson. Let's go. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. Nice. Number 4. Here we go.
If you could run back one fight from your career, which one would you redo and why?
Oh man, because it would definitely be the James Irving fight. A lot of people think that it would be the Kimbo fight, but I don't think the judges were for the Kimbo fight. I don't think the judges were they weren't knowledgeable as they are now, because kicks back then should have counted as strikes. Now they're counting kicks now as the strikes.
Mm-hmm.
But James Irving and I believe in Colorado, when I got hit and was not out and I was trying to get back up, and they didn't let the fight finish. That pisses me off. So if I had James Irving need to come back, he need to come to bare knuckle boxing so we could have unfinished business. But hey, I gotta get that fight back from James Irving.
Yeah, man, dude, I got to tell you, it's pretty surreal that we're talking to you right now because you've been through so much. We've been watching you for so many years, and this is the fucking guy that Kimbo Slice made his UFC debut against. Like you just said, it's like
no, because he's already been fighting, man, and
no,
Kimbo.
He made
Kimbo, man,
UFC
if anyone goes back and watch the fight, you got to see how many times I kicked Kimbo and they didn't count the strikes.
Weird.
So it was just interesting. And then in the first round, no one remembers that Kimbo didn't do one thing but watch me kick him.
Yeah. And of course, Susan Walker says,
rest in peace. Rest in peace to Kimbo and shouts out to his family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Susan says he would have been fun in the BKFC. No shit, man.
You know what?
He's like the godfather.
Kimbo would have been fun in the bare knuckle. Yeah. That would have been a good one. Yeah.
Like Kyle said, he is like the godfather. Like he inadvertently right now, like we have Dada over in BYB and he has BYB, yeah. But if Kimbo was still alive today, he would probably have a hand in some sort of a bare knuckle thing going on right now. I mean,
absolutely.
This guy was like a pioneer.
Any MMA fighter or boxer who has hands should do this. You know why? Because I think it goes back to the essence of that fierceness that we have inside us as fighters. So it's me and you toe to toe with just these right here. Hey man, you can't get no better than that. There's no running from each other. It's toe to toe like this, like we're fighting on the schoolyard, in front of these crowds. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure you show and prove.
It's the oldest sport on planet Earth.
Well, the oldest sport on planet Earth is running.
Well, okay, all right, running. But I was gonna say, cavemen were fist fighting over food and women way before any other sport was ever invented.
But they were running from the animals though. So
true.
Houston, have you ever seen Eastbound and Down?
Eastbound and Down. What is that?
So it's a comedy series on HBO. It's older, and it's about a baseball pitcher, right? He was a professional baseball pitcher, super popular, famous, rich, all that. And then he went off the deep end, right? He's not that good anymore. He got released, and then he has to move back to his hometown, and he becomes a gym teacher. But he still thinks he's the shit. He walks around like he's the shit. He talks like he's the shit. He thinks he's a superstar. And it's acted by what's his name, Kyle?
Danny McBride.
McBride. It's so funny. So Kyle has a quote because you said running, and this is what it reminded me of. What's the quote, Kyle?
So in the show, he goes back to his old high school, and the high school principal is a guy that he went to high school with, and he's like, Kenny, just so you know, you're not the only athlete in the building here. He goes, I've been training for a triathlon. You know what that's about, right? And you know what Kenny says? He goes, actually, I don't know what that's about. I'm a real athlete. I play sports. I'm not trying to be.
He says, now that you guys mention it, I saw the previews to that.
Yeah, he says I'm not trying. He says I'm not trying to be the best at exercising. That's what he says.
That's funny.
He's a real athlete.
I'm a real athlete.
That's right. And I need to watch that because one of my favorite shows right now on any program is Snowfall.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Snowfall is about the 80s and when crack era started.
Yes.
Snowfall, one of the best shows I've ever seen in the past 5 years outside of The Sopranos. Snowfall is a really good series, and I suggest anybody check that out.
Netflix?
I saw on Fox.
Fox, I'm on it.
Yeah, Fox got a lot of great programs, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Last question for you, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is the best advice you could give an upcoming fighter trying to make it in such a grueling industry?
Okay. What upcoming advice? you have to be committed. Okay, and to any fighter that's listening to me right now, you have to be committed and you have to be consistent. Consistency and being committed are the two things that are going to get you where you need to be. You know, I don't care how talented you are. Consistency and commitment will put you in positions that'll get you there.
Outstanding. Now, I'm so glad we had you on and you didn't blow us off like I thought you were going to do. You are the man, Houston. I did not.
No, I am not the man. You are the man because, again, I respect what you guys are doing for the military. You know, and again, fellas, I appreciate you guys having me on. And as you can see, I still got my wits of me, even though I've got hit in the head a couple times.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We got your social medias at the bottom. The Houston Kyle and Mike hip hop hours coming up pretty soon.
I'll put on a Kango.
And some shell toe Adidas.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started. Adidas shell toes, and I had fat laces in those for like 3/4 of my fucking younger years. Fat laces.
This is where, fellas, you know, when we start talking about that, that's when you know we're old.
Yeah. Oh man, well, I can go on for.
My daughter has shell toes. She's wearing today. It's cool.
That is funny.
You got to throw some fat laces in those things and bring it right back.
You gotta have the fat laces there for the kids, but the kids know. But see, here's the thing: all the stuff that is old is new again. So the kids are wearing fat laces and they're wearing shell toes. And Jay-Z and those guys are promoting Puma. That's how you know that things are Twilight Zone-ish.
Coming back, yeah, it's all coming back now. How soon can we see you get back in there, man? You trying to get?
I told them guys in this as soon as possible, man. I didn't get hurt. Maybe early next year, maybe spring. But until then, I'll still be training and getting ready, man. And because that's what I like doing. I like working with up and coming people. I like staying in shape. And you know, it's like having a Lamborghini sitting in the driveway. It looks good, but if it doesn't move, the oil will dry up, the gas will evaporate. And it's just a pretty Lamborghini sitting in the driveway. You've got to keep moving, and that's something that I plan on doing, man. Just keep on moving until I take that dirt nap.
If it sits too long in the driveway, it'll become a lemon. You know?
There you go.
There you go. It'll look good on the outside, but it'll just be
it'll
be a dry rotted piece of shit on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
And hey, last question I have for you, gentlemen.
What's
now? Who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
Pro wrestler
of all time.
Oh shit!
I already know.
Okay.
As a kid,
Macho Man Randy. Well,
as a kid, I loved the Ultimate Warrior. I couldn't get enough of him. And then I grew up and found out that it was completely like. Have you ever watched like the Ultimate Warrior documentaries? Like, he was a nutcase. He's like out of his mind, and people said like his wrestling skills were awful. Like people would get hurt wrestling him and everything. But I loved him when I was a kid. He was electric.
He was actually mean.
He was electric.
I would be, dude. I would be totally lying if I didn't say that I was a Hulkamaniac when I was a little kid. But I also loved Macho Man Randy Savage. And as
we are on the same page because
cup of coffee in the big time. Oh yeah.
Hey, Macho Man had some of the crazy man. Hey, he was, to me, he was the funnest guy ever with Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he was kind of that like anti-hero too. So that's why like Stone Cold Steve Austin back when he came around was the shit as well. So it's like, they were kind of cut from the same cloth. It's kind of like they're a good guy, but they're not a good guy. You know
man, between Stone Cold and Macho Man, who would it be, fellas?
What's that?
If I had to pick between the two of them,
sorry, Stone Cold and Macho Man, who would it be?
Macho Man. Not even a question.
Macho
Man. Right away. Not even a question to me.
I would want to say Macho Man right away, but Stone Cold Steve Austin was pretty fun.
That's Stone Cold, man. I'm telling you.
Stone Cold was good, but no way. He didn't even play even.
Hey, they both had the gift of gab, though. They still were good. But Macho Man had that slight edge.
To me, like Stone Cold played a very minimal role, I feel like, in my professional wrestling fandom. Then like Macho Man was like, you know what I mean? He was there. He's chiseled his way into my life. Yeah. Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Bret the Hitman Hart, Shawn Michaels, those people, boom. But like The newer era guys, like I love them and everything, but nothing compared to the original people, the guys I loved.
Have you ever fallen into a Macho Man Randy Savage YouTube like wormhole?
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
if you look up Macho Man,
I supposed to post them all the time on Facebook. Where this guy comes out, he got the cape on the arms, man. Come on, man. He had the outfits, he had the gift of gab, he had the girl, he had the wordplay, man. Come on, Macho Man is probably one of my best of all time, brother.
Kyle has a picture at his desk at work.
Yeah. That's right.
Of me. No, but also of Macho Man. That's true.
I do have
a Macho Man.
Okay. Before we got to wrap this up. But
we almost wrapped it up 3 or 4 times.
I know. This is great. So my mom went to Florida years ago, and she had a layover in Atlanta, and she's in the bar with my dad, and she's like, Tommy, that's Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm pretty positive. He's like in civilian. He's like in his like regular clothes with a Kangol. He actually has a Kangol on in the picture. And my dad's like, go ask him for a picture. And she goes, I walk up to him. My mom's like this 5 foot tall little lady, and she pokes him in the shoulder, and he's like massive sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
And she's like, are you Macho Man Randy Savage? He's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's like, can I take your picture for my son? And I got this picture.
Oh,
he's got this gigantic arm, and he's got like this going on in the picture. So I have that framed at my desk at work. This asshole here, we do a Secret Santa at work, and he gets me. He gives me a framed picture of himself. So I got Macho Man and him, and then he got me a second year in a row. The next year, he gives me a picture of Tom Brady with his shirt off.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, dude, Jesus Christ. He's like,
every man in America hates Tom Brady. But I did not like Tom Brady until recently, man, because he has got to be the GOAT, man. And quarterbacking.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to give it to him, man. He's doing at 41, 42. This man is still out there performing at a high level, man.
Oh, he's unbelievable. No.
But to turn back to the Macho Man picture, you gotta send me a picture of you in that frame.
I'll hold it. Yeah, man, I'll hold it right here. I'll send it to you.
Send it to me. I gotta see that, man, because I'm telling you, Macho Man is my guy.
Hell yeah. Well, Houston Alexander, you have been a gentleman. I hope you get another fight very soon. You go 2-0 in the BKFC, and you run your way right up to maybe a title shot. Fucking
man, that'd be interesting though. But I'm ready. I'm ready. So if they have me go on this streak, I'll be ready.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming on. And if you have anything else you want to shout out real quick before you get out of here.
Oh, man, shouts out to my family, my friends, and all the fans out there that's gotten me to this point where I'm on your guys' show. Anytime you make a show like this, then you made something happen in your life. So I appreciate, man, the love that I got from everybody, man. And again, I honestly feel lucky.
Awesome,
man. Thank you so much for coming on, and stay in touch. We'll be talking soon.
Yep. Send me the picture of Macho Man. I wasn't playing about that.
Gotcha,
tomorrow.
Man. All right, man. Have a good night.
All right, brother. See you later.
Later.
Oh my God, dude. This was one of the fucking funnest goddamn shows ever, Mike.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was fantastic. Thank you so much to Jomi Escoboza, the Archangel, Jade Masson-Wong, Evil Smile herself. She was great. And my God, man, I feel like we could have done a 7-hour.
Oh podcast. Man, we WWF, friggin' hip hop, break dancing, and graffiti. Forget it, man. I almost brought up Beat Street. I mean, shit was gonna hit the fan in a minute.
We could have kept going because hip hop. We can talk hip hop for hours. He was also he was a graffiti artist. You know that, right?
I didn't know that he was an artist.
I didn't even bring it up because
we went to Miami and Wynwood and all that shit.
Oh, dude,
I got pictures up the ass right now. Not up my ass.
If we brought up the fact that he was a graffiti artist, we would have gone into another fucking half an hour about that. Oh God, man, awesome. We could have really deep dove into his MMA career. What a damn show. Listen, Joe Ivy says you make friends everywhere. You know what, Joe? We're pretty friendly guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, tomorrow night we got another triple header.
What?
First,
Who that?
yeah, 9:00 tomorrow night, 9 p.m. on the East Coast.
East Coast.
Melvin, the young assassin. Tonight we had the assassin.
Yeah.
We had Houston, the assassin, Alexander. Tomorrow night we got Melvin, the young assassin, Gallard. 9 p.m. tomorrow night. 9:30, the second half of that debut versus debut fight. Jade Masson-Wong was on tonight. We got Crystal, the rugged beauty, Pittman tomorrow night. And then we will wrap it up tomorrow night with one last conversation with I know we just had Caleb Harris on the show, but Caleb Harris has some news to announce, so he wants to come on tomorrow night and chat with us. So you know what? Caleb's a cool motherfucker. We're gonna have him back on tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So we got Melvin Gallard, Crystal Pittman. Shoot. So thank you very much to Jomi, Jade, and Houston for giving us a great night tonight. And we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and go to the Fighters Friends. Use the promo code. Buy yourself some shit. Get a little feel good in you, right? Get a little feel good.
Do it for me because I can't do it.
Do it for me. Do it for Mike because we can't do it. We're sponsored by these guys, but I don't even know how to point at Mike. Look at this. Where the fuck are you? There you go.
I don't know where.
Me and him, we can't do it. Yeah. Go to thefightersfriend.com, use promo code MISH20, get 20% off your purchase. Go to nextlevelsups.com/Mike and Mish, use Mish10, get a little percentage off your purchase there. Help out the show, help out them, and you guys have a great fucking evening. We will see you mañana. Peace.